Hey all, welcome to ShareTrek. This is Raj here. And friends, today I want to talk to you about a company that we don't cover generally. It's Allogene. I want to talk about a positive catalyst for Allogene. They presented interim data from their phase 1 Traverse trial for ALLO-316 at the American Association for Cancer Research annual meeting in Orlando, Florida. The ongoing trial is enrolling patients with advanced metastatic renal cell carcinoma, or RCC as they call it. And these patients are the ones who have progressed on standard therapies that include an immune checkpoint inhibitor and VEGF targeting therapy. This is going to be a little bit detailed video. So let's get started. Welcome back, friends. Today we have some exciting news from Allogene Therapeutics, a clinical stage biotechnology company pioneering the development of allogenic CAR-T products for cancer. And of late, I have seen that there are many viewers of our channel who are looking at cancer from the point of view of either it's affected somebody in their family or they are looking at it from an investment perspective. So I hope that the way I present this chapter going forward and our mini series that I started yesterday on cancer would benefit all those people as well. So what happened is that at the American Association for Cancer Research annual meeting in Orlando, Florida, Allogene presented interim data from its phase 1 Traverse trial of ALLO-316, the company's first allogenic CAR-T investigational product for solid tumors. So it's still a product candidate. It has not yet become a product. It will become a product once it gets approved by FDA. But at this point of time, the ongoing phase 1 Traverse study is enrolling patients with advanced or metastatic renal cell carcinoma who have progressed on standard therapies. Emerging data from this trial have demonstrated the potential of an allogenic CAR-T to treat CD70 expressing RCC. In this trial, ALLO-316 showed early anti-tumor activity with deepening response over time. The Dagger technology, which is a feature of ALLO-316. So Dagger is spelled as DAGGAR, yeah, just like a dagger. The Dagger technology, which is a feature of ALLO-316, is designed to resist rejection of allo CAR-T cells by the host immune cells, thereby supporting expansion and enabling a prolonged window of persistence during which allogenic CAR-T cells can target and destroy cancer cells. The allogenic CAR-T cells produced by Allogene is called ALLO-CAR-T with A capital LLO and CAR-T capital. So that's how they spell it. ALLO-CAR-T cells can target and destroy cancer cells. Initial translational data from the Traverse trial demonstrates the suppression of host T cells and marked peak expansion of ALLO-316 despite the relatively low cell doses tested so far. So far, 19 patients have been enrolled in the phase 1 trial, 10 of whom had RCC confirmed to express CD70. Among 18 patients evaluable for efficacy, the disease control rate was 89%. In the 10 patients whose tumors were known to express CD70, the disease control rate was 100%, which included 3 patients who achieved partial remission. So friends, these are very, very strong results in my opinion, and this should definitely register on their share price. To date, ALLO-316 has demonstrated an adverse event profile generally consistent with autologous CAR-T therapies. One dose limiting toxicity of grade 3 autoimmune hepatitis occurred in the second dose level. Cytokine release syndrome, or CRS, was all low grade with the exception of one grade 3 neurotoxicity. Apart from that, everything else was low grade and reversible, with most events being just fatigue and headache. There were no cases of immune effector cell-associated neurotoxicity syndrome, which is called as ICANS. In this study, 11 patients, that is 65%, experienced cytokine release syndrome, a less severe and treatable side effect, but none had graft versus host disease or immune effector cell-associated neurotoxicity syndrome, which is a very, very big positive for allogenic therapy, where the donor cells are used instead of the patient's own cells. So rejection is a big concern out there, and Allogene seems to have done a great job in preventing the rejection and enabling the persistence of engineered CAR T cells, allogenic CAR T cells in the body for a longer duration, giving much better results. Early safety and efficacy data from the ongoing phase 1 ALLO-316 dose escalation trial suggests the possibility for an off-the-shelf CAR T product to make inroads into solid tumors. Zachary Roberts, Executive Vice President of Research and Development at Allogene, said that early safety and efficacy data from the ongoing phase 1 ALLO-316 dose escalation trial suggests the possibility for an off-the-shelf CAR T product to make inroads into solid tumors. And a further statement from Samer Sroor, who is the MD from the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, says that I'm encouraged by these data highlighting the potential of an allogenic CAR T as a new and much needed treatment modality for patients with renal carcinoma. The global solid tumor market, the global solid tumor testing market was valued at USD 23.65 billion in 2021. It's expected to reach USD 40.64 billion by 2030, growing at a CAGR of 6.20% during the forecast period of 2022 to 2030. In cancer, the accumulation of abnormal tissues can result in the formation of solid tumors. And the growth rate of the detection gives us a surrogate for the size of the solid tumor market, which Allogene is likely to exploit. There is also a lot of competition in the field. I have compiled a list of solid tumor therapies. And if you look at this table here I have a table which shows the existing therapies that are already approved by FDA and in the market right now. And as you can see, Novartis has got 2 candidates, GlaxoSmithKline has got 2 candidates, and we have 2 candidates for Merck, whereas Novartis and Bayer have 1 candidate each, along with Genentech. And the names of these drugs are very difficult for me to pronounce, so I'm not going to read them. But I've also tried to compile sales figure. I have got sales figures for 2021. I don't have for 2022. And as you can see, the market size is pretty big. These are all figures in millions. And as you can see, Keytruda has got 14,436 million of sale in 2021. That's why I was very surprised when Moderna and Merck jointly spoke about the success of the melanoma vaccine from Moderna, which reduces the relapse of melanoma and showed some really good result. I was thinking that it's going to be really great for Moderna because it's piggybacking on a very, very successful drug, Keytruda. But we saw that the market did not reward Merck, and it did not reward Moderna either. So so that's my crib about yesterday. I'm still smarting from all my predictions going wrong. But let's come back to this table again. If you look at the year approved by FDA, you can see that the earliest therapy was approved somewhere in 2013, which were both from Novartis, the Mekinist and Mesylate, the first record and the second last one out here. And after that, we have in 2014 Merck coming up with 2 therapies, Keytruda and the other one, which is the last line. I don't want to attempt to pronounce the name of these therapies, but that was Merck was second in line in 2014, and then the next therapy came somewhere around 2019 with Genentech. And after that, we had GlaxoSmithKline coming up with 2 therapies. So overall, I think there is plenty of options out here, and especially with the entry of gene therapy, we are going to find that it's going to be even better for solid tumor patients, and more so when you have a allogenic therapy. It's even better for the patient because when you talk about autologous therapies, the main attraction for that is that it's going to be easy for the patient to absorb the therapy, and there will be less rejection. But on the other side, autologous therapy always uses the patient's own cells, which are already weak due to the disease, and therefore the success factor is also less. Whereas when we look at allogenic therapies, allogenic therapies are made from strong cells from healthy donors. So first of all, the cells are also very strong. And the second thing is that autologous therapy takes a longer time because you have to harvest the cells and then you have to process them and then you have to multiply them and then you have to put them back into the body. Whereas with autologous, with allogenic therapy, it's available off the shelf. So as soon as the patient needs it, it's available. The lead time is short, whereas for autologous therapy, it could be as much as 15 days to turn around, assuming perfect logistics. And during that period of time, the patient's health can deteriorate. So overall, I think a successful allogenic off-the-shelf CAR-T therapy for solid tumors is a God-given for most of the patients. And I'm thinking that this is going to be a very successful therapy once FDA approves it. So I'm hoping for the best for Allogene, and I think the share should see a pop in its share prices. I'm going to check it out next. Well, friends, here we are in the TradingView platform, and I'm looking at the chart for Allogene. And as I can see here, instead of going up, Allogene is going down. So the market doesn't have any rhyme or reason. I think I don't know what the market is operating upon. I don't see any logic for why some share prices would go down and others would go up. Usually we find reasons for it. It's either a technical reason or a fundamental reason. Here I don't see anything that shows a reason why the share price should go down with this good news out here. But hopefully we have some rally on Allogene tomorrow. Well, friends, that's all from me on Allogene today, and this brings me to an end of this video. And thank you for being a supporter of this channel. And I'm trying to come up with more contents, and I'm going to enrich the content in this channel so that you continue to stay engaged. While I thank all of you for your support, I would request that if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe and press the notify button so that you do not miss another video. That's all for now. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.